What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Dern versus Rodriguez. Predictions, breakdown, guys. Before I get started, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel, and check out my Patreon account for all the face-off predictions, prop bets, and also some combination parlays, right? Interesting card we have here, man. It's going to be at 1:30 p.m. I believe the prelims at 1:30, and I believe the main card is at 4. All right. Only 10 fights on this card. A couple fights fell off. It's an interesting card. You know what I'm saying? Like every card out there, man. I mean, the guys are here. If you're trained, you make weight, then you deserve to be in there, right? Dangerous sport. You take a lot of damage. A lot of these guys take a lot of damage. Your health is your wealth. But you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna play, you play smartly and get out. That's just basically it. You do what you need to do and get out. All right. First fighter, man. We got Charlie Ontiveros versus Steve Garcia. With Charlie here, man. Charlie has a Taekwondo base, right? He can get taken down and he can get submitted. And I believe he's been knocked out like 7 times already, right? He's going to have a 3-inch of reach, but he's not durable though, man. He's not durable at all. And he gets hurt real easily. He gets hurt to the body. He can get knocked down, knocked out. I mean, his last fight here against Kevin Holland, he got slammed and I think he hurt his neck. Right? This guy's not durable at all, man. In a kind of way, man, like I said, if you're trained, and then you come into the sport and you know, say you make the weight, and then you deserve to be in there. But there's different leagues, there's different levels to this game. So I feel like that this guy is not a UFC caliber fighter, in my opinion, right? I say I'm not putting him down though, but he could probably fight in different leagues. But in this league here in the UFC, a lot of guys are a little more experienced. I don't think he's ready for this yet, man. Yeah, he has a Taekwondo base there. You know, he got some spinning heel kicks, but man, he's just not durable and he's hittable, right? And he gets hurt easily. You hit him to the body, especially to that. I believe it's to his left side. He gets hurt easy, right? Yeah, it's basically it about him, man. You can see his wins here. I have a couple wins here against Washington Lewis. He'll have 5-4, 3-5. See, he beaten guys that are like, you know, maybe lower level than him, 2-2, 5-2. He beat a 5-0 guy way back in 260 by split decision. Michael Page also ground and pounded him in Bellator. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, hats off to all the guys. Man, it's a dangerous sport. I mean, like I said, he probably could be in a different league, but I don't think that he's ready for the UFC as yet, man. In my opinion, right? I mean, I could be wrong. He could come in here and win a fight, you know. So, but his opponent here, though, Garcia. Steve Garcia here was in the Contender Series, which he won that by quick punches, elbows, and knockout, right? Lost to Luis Pena there. Garcia here will let his hands go, man. He looks for the takedowns, but he can get taken down too, depending on who is fighting, though. Right, against Luis Pena, you know, Luis Pena will push more the wrestling there, and it's pretty good on the ground. So he had a little trouble with Luis Pena, right? But he can get granted out, though, depending on the opponent. But he would also look for the submission, right? But his striking, though, is very aggressive, man. Straightforward, he hits heavy. And I can see if he connect to Charlie's body, I see Charlie going down, man. Charlie gets hurt way too easy, man. He's not durable at all, man. So, I mean, I'm going to go with Steve. I'm going to go with Steve Garcia here for the win, guys. And I'm going to say Steven Garcia here by, I got KOTQ in the first round, man. Again, anything is possible, man. I mean, Charlie got a, you know, he's a Taekwondo black belt, a Taekwondo base, and his kicks are not bad. So if he can come in here and land a spinning heel kick, or you never know, a spinning back kick, you know, he make him put off the wind. But, you know, he can get taken down too easily, man. And you take him down, even on the takedowns, even on the simple takedowns, man. You take him down and your shoulder press down into his side, he can get hurt like that, just from the slam. Right, so I'm gonna go with Garcia, guys, and I'm gonna say Garcia by KO TKO in the first round, and this is a confident play for me, guys. Okay, next fight here, we have Lupita Godinez versus Silviana Gomez Juarez. Yeah, I've seen Silvana fight a couple times. She's a pretty good fighter. Against a short notice for Silvana though. It's supposed to be Sam Hughes. So she's taking this fight maybe not short notice. But she's very experienced though, man, and she's a very skilled fighter, in my opinion, right? Lupita here, Lupita, hopefully I pronounced that right. Lupita, she throws heavy, man, and she throws heavy in the pocket. Can get wild, and also will look for takedowns, but she will gas out though, man. She gas out, and she's physically strong, but she has raw power, man. She will pick you up and throw you and all these kind of things, man. So her thing is more muscling, more strength. And she can get kind of flat-footed, but she comes in there just swinging, man, swinging. Like she comes straight out the gate just swinging, wild. So her boxing doesn't look bad, but like I said, she's pretty wild with it. And when you're wild like that, you leave yourself open, you know what I'm saying? And then you also gas yourself out, right? Again, Jessica Pena here, you know what I'm saying? She was just throwing Jessica Pena around, but Jessica Pena is more experienced, you see? With Lupita here, you know what I'm saying? She not that experienced, man, and you can tell by the fight she have here, she's not that experienced, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, talking about people like, you know, more higher caliber fighters, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Jessica Pena can just squeeze out a split decision on her just by grinding, taking her down, you know, picking her shots, you know what I'm saying? While Lupita is like just throwing overhands and missing and just trying to take your head off, right? So with the opponent here, Gomez, Gomez is gonna have the 2-inch of reach, which is good in this fight because, like I said, with Lupita, you know what I'm saying, just stay on the outside and like I said, with Lupita, you know what I'm saying, just swing so well if you have that reach in you, which Gomez pops that jab. She likes to use that jab. So this is going to be a good fight for her to implement that jab because with Lupita, she's going to try to throw overhands. And when you're throwing overhands like that, pop the jab, going backwards and laterally. You know what I'm saying? So she can have a 2-inch of reach and she looks to strike. Let me see here. She doesn't really push more of the takedowns and submissions, but she does have that though. She has 2 by submission. She seems a little more composed, like I mentioned. You know, she got that jab. You know what I'm saying? She work off the jab, right? And she follow up from off the jab, right? But she fights more rangy. I'm reading from my notes, guys. And like I said, she pops the jab. I'm reading from my notes. Like she pop the jab, and she has more tools to offer here. She mixes it up a little more than Lupita does, right? So, you know, for those cases that I just mentioned there, for those reasons there, and I'm saying I'm gonna go with Gomez for the win here. I just feel like she's more well-rounded, more technical fighter here. Even though this is gonna be her UFC debut and it's gonna be a short notice, but I'm just liking her more in this fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's good to throw over hands and just come in there and just try to take your opponent's head off. But if you're throwing over hands, you ain't getting hit with jabs and you're not connecting, and you're just burning energy, I mean, you're not gonna win the fight like that. But again, I'm not confident in this fight though, guys, because anything is possible. I mean, Lupita could come in here and just throw the hand and then catch her, knock her out. Or she could just pressure her against the cage and just throw a bunch of shots and then she just wear her out. But I'm going to go with Gomez for the win here, guys. And I'm going to say Gomez by decision, but I'm not confident. All right. Next fight here, guys. We have Charles Rosa versus Damian Jackson. Rosa here is a very unorthodox striker here, man. He switches stance, doesn't throw the punches and kicks, you know what I'm saying, like a traditional kind of way. You know what I'm saying, like how you would set up. He has more of a karate kind of foundation to him. You know what I'm saying, more like a taekwondo kind of Kyokushin kind of vibe to him, right? So he is also a black belt in BJJ, coming out of the American top team. Let me see here. But with Rosa here, man, he can get put in bad situations, man. I mean, especially on the ground, because he likes to work off his back, because he looks for submissions off his back, but he can get put in sticky situations, man. And you know, there's something watching the fights and like, damn, this guy's in a bad situation. Is he going to lose a fight? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he can get put on his back, get in bad situation, but he look for submissions. And usually he can get the submission, and usually he chases submission and he can get it. I'm saying, depending on who he's fighting. His opponent here, Damian Jackson. Jackson is going to have a 4-inch of reach and a 2-inch of height, which is massive. Any amount of reach, man, like even an inch is massive if you know to use it. But with Jackson here, man, striking need work though, man. So like I said, he has that 4-inch of reach, but his striking need work. I feel Rosa striking is better. I'm saying? Rosa will put it together better with his striking than Jackson will. I feel Jackson is very hittable, but on the ground, his ground is where he shines though. He will look for that rear naked. He will look for the submission in you, man. But he's been submitted one time though. And this is a guy that doesn't mind being on his back, similar to Rosa. What I'm saying? Because he can submit you from off his back and he can transition on you. But he can get out wrestled and scrambled on. So if Rosa comes to this fight and just push more wrestling and take him down, or use his striking to take him down, he can pull off a win on this fight and avoid the submission, because Rosa is a BJJ black belt also, and Rosa on the ground is pretty good, and Rosa has never been submitted. Just double check that, guys, just to make sure. Rosa never been submitted, but Damian Jackson has though. The thing about this fight, man, is the stand up, and the fight starts standing up, and Jackson's stand up, man, is just, I'm just not impressed with it. He's been submitted one time and knocked out 3, so that explains it. You see what I'm saying? He's been knocked out 3 times, man. So Charles Rosa here been knocked out 1, they never been submitted. I'm kind of liking Rosa here, guys, and it's just the fight starts standing up, and I feel Rosa has a better stand-up, and I feel Rosa ground game, it could be even to Jackson. They could be just pretty much close, right? But I think Rosa has enough to defend any submissions, right? And I feel that with Jackson, he can push for takedowns, but his wrestling is not that great. He's more submission kind of dude. Right, and you can tell, I think he has a lot by submission. He has like, how much he has by submissions? He has like 14 by submissions. So he's a guy that just hunts the submission, man. He hunts it. Rosa can mix it up a little more and then land some shots and pepper him up with some shots, go for takedowns. You know what I'm saying? Rosa to me is just more well-rounded in my opinion. So I'm liking Rosa, guys, and this is a fight where I'm not confident in, because Jackson could come in here and pull off a win, man. Jackson could win this fight, man. He could come in here and just happen to get Rosa down, and Rosa just stay on his back for the entire 3 rounds of the fight, and then Jackson just grind him out for a win. It's possible, but I'm liking Charles Rosa here, guys. I must say Charles Rosa by decision, and I'm not confident in this one. And be careful with this one, guys. All right. Next fight, we get Alexander Romanov versus Gerard Vanderaa. 2 heavyweights, big guys. Alexander Romanov here, man, he's a well-rounded dude, man. Decent wrestling there, sweeps and slams. He has a nasty suplex if he gets you, and lock it in, and then lace the hands and lock the hands and then get the grip tight. You're gonna go for a ride. But he will gas out though, man. He gas out, man. And in his last fight, man, he has there was suspect, man, against Juan Espinal. That fight was suspect, dude. I mean, he was tired as hell. In a kind of way, I felt he lost that fight, dude. I mean, and then I think something happened to him in the fight. Like he got, I don't know, I think he must have poked in the eye and hit to the groin or something like that. And he was like, oh, I can't continue. I mean, hey, getting hit to the groin is not good, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to, to keep on fighting if you get a good nut shot. You know what I'm saying? Someone hit you in the nuts real hard. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of difficult to keep on going, but from what I see from Alexander, it looked like that wasn't the case. Like he was kind of like more tired. You understand? So it's suspect. So against his opponent here, man. I mean, his opponent Gerard, man. This guy is a zombie, dude. 2-inch of height. He's gonna be a bigger guy here in a kind of way, and 2-inch of height and a 5-inch of reach. This guy here is a banger, man. He's a banger. He's going to walk you down, eat a bunch of shots, and he's durable. But he can get submitted, and he can get taken down, and that plays right into Roman's game set. The problem that Roman had against Juan Espinal is that Juan Espinal is a good ground practitioner. I believe that BJJ black belt and is good on the ground. That's his strength. He's really good on the ground, man. So that gave Romanov problems because Romanov was taking him out, taking him down, and then, Espinal was just scrambling up back. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't able to do what he wanted to do with Espinal, and he started to get gassed out. But with Gerard, though, I think he may be able to pull off his game plan on him. You know what I'm saying? Because Gerard can get taken down, man. Even though Gerard ground game is not bad either. Like I said, Gerard is a banger. He's a guy that comes straight forward and just let his hands go, and he just eat punches and just keep coming. You know what I'm saying? This is a durable guy, man. And it looks like, he will gas out, but he will keep coming. It looks like Romanov, when he gasses out, he's like done. So two big guys, heavyweight, take one shot. It takes one body slam and it's over. This fight, guys, this is a toss-up. And I'm going to go with Romanov for the win, man. Even after his last performance, I'm going to go with Romanov. Because what I see from Gerard, he can get taken down. And he can get controlled on the ground. Again, Sergey Spivak. He got ground and pound in the second round. Exactly. Justin Taffer, Harry Hunsucker. Harry Hunsucker had him in Contender Series a little bit. But he was kind of like, if you look at Harry Hunsucker, he's kind of the smaller guy there. And like I said, being a smaller guy, finding a guy that's very durable and can hit hard and push forward with a little bit of skills, it means it's going to be kind of tough on you, right? Tony Lopez, is all the way up in close to his 50s. Age a number, but still, the guy been 64, 31 fights, and lost 31, right? So this fight is fit for Alexander to win, in my opinion. So again, not confident because two big heavyweight guys. They take one freaking punch, or it takes one guy in the first round to get really freaking tired. And these are big dudes, man. And once a guy get tired, it's over. He's not coming back. All right. So I must say submission by Romanov in the second round, but I ain't confident. And Gerard could win. Believe me, Gerard could catch Romanov with a punch, or Romanov get tired, and it's over. He just get ground and pounded out. Believe me, guys. All right. So Romanov, second round submission. Not confident. Next fight, we got Chris Gutierrez versus Philippe Corrales. Chris, man. Chris is a pretty good fighter, man. I really like what I see from Chris, man. And he's getting better and better each time, right? Let me see here. Reading from my notes here, guys. Chris here, is more of a kickboxing base there. I believe it's Taekwondo or Karate or something that mixed. From his movements, looks like more of a Taekwondo, Karate kind of base there he got there going. A lot of spinning back kicks, his Mwashigeris, or he doesn't telegraph the kicks them, right? His movement, his footwork, switching stance is on point. He can see the techniques, he can see the strikes coming towards him, and he can count off of it, right? So this is a guy that he can set you up and he can read you from off of what movement you're moving in, right? And his takedown defense has gotten better, right? Decent striking, he's pretty well-rounded guy, he's accurate strikes, good fundamentals, which is very important. He got heavy leg kicks. His leg kicks, his calf kicks will destroy your leg, and usually in the first round he can finish you in the first round with just leg kicks, or even second round. But if the guy comes in there and is heavy on the front leg, he will pull off the fight quickly with just throwing leg kicks only. His timing, movement, his range, distancing is on point, right? So this is a guy is pretty impressive, man. Only lost to really Ronnie Barcelos. Yeah, that's the only guy really lost. He went to a draw with Cody Durden, but Durden was just grinding. But even though Durden was grinding, they still went to a draw. That's how, that's how good Chris is, man, right? And Andre Ewell, he won that fight easily. And what he was doing in that fight, a lot of freaking leg. He destroyed Ewell's legs, man. He destroyed both of his legs, actually, right? His opponent here, Philippe Corrales. Philippe is a pretty wild striker, man. He kind of wing shots. He can get hurt on the foot. He can get knocked down, but he will look for the takedowns and the submissions. This guy is a grinder, though. A lot of forward pressure from him. He just comes straight ahead of you. Can get taken down, like I said, and he's flat-footed and heavy on that front leg. He's going to have a 2-inch reach, though, but he's heavy on his front leg. Remember what I told you with Chris? People that are heavy on the front leg and don't move that leg and flat, it's going to be a short night for them. He's going to destroy that foot. He's going to break you down from the foot, and he's going to work his way up. And then he will fake you. You break you down from the foot, and then that leg come up to your head. or come to the body, and he mixes it up with the hands. So I'm liking Chris here for the win, man. I mean, with Felipe here, I mean, he's a decent guy, but he's hittable, and he's too heavy on the front. Chris, you know, he's light in the feet, he move around and pick his shots, that he can see the techniques coming. And even with, you know, if you want to say Felipe takedowns, I mean, his takedowns are mostly mostly he push against the cage and then try to grind. But I can see Chris just sidestepping, sprawling on them and just pushing off. You know what I'm saying? And just keep the fight long range. Keep the fight in the range that he wants to keep it in. So I'm liking Chris for the win here, guys. And I'm going to say Chris by decision, and I'm confident in this one, guys. All right? Mariya Agapova versus Sabina Mazo. Hopefully no more fights fall off, man. Especially in the middle of making it. Oh, man. With Agapova here, man, she will gas out, man. And she will gas out after the first. She doesn't really compose herself. She has a striking and she has, you know, the potential and everything like that, and she has a skill set, but she can get taken down and she can get grinded out. She'll also look for takedowns too, and she'll mix up the striking, but she doesn't compose herself, man. She's kind of wild. You know, that could be maybe experience kind of in a way, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But it's just what I've seen from her. I mean, Shanna Dobson beat her. I mean, hats off to Shanna Dobson, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think Shanna Dobson like 5-5 or something, like 4-5. I mean, you know, if you come in there, you put the work in. It doesn't matter, you know, if you're 4-5 or you're 2-10. You know what I'm saying? You put the work in, and the person's coming in there just throwing punches and going wild, and you compose yourself. I mean, you can pull off the win. You know, it's just all on your emotions, man. You control your emotions. You know what I'm saying? And look at Shanna Dobson was more disciplined, and she had her emotions under check, and she was pacing herself. While Agapova was just wild. I think Agapova was trying to knock her out quickly. You know what I'm saying? And Dobson pick up on that and just take her time and pull off the win. So her opponent here, Mazo. These two chicks, Mazo and Agapova, are kind of similar in the striking, kind of. The only thing that I feel with Mazo, her skill set and her striking is a little better in my opinion, and she composes herself a little better. And she's coming out of King's MMA, which is a pretty good gym there, right? She can get taken down though, man, and she can get grinded out. She will also look for takedowns, but she can get taken down. In this fight here though, man, I mean, it's a tough one because Agapova could come in here and take her down and maybe grind her out, but Agapova, you know, she probably will guess, you know what I'm saying? And with Mazo will just stay on the outside and pop the shots and fight long range, right? Both women, I believe, I didn't put the height and reach when I don't do that because they're pretty much similar. Yeah, okay, Agapova, no, I think Mazo going to have a 2-inch of reach, which is pretty massive. You know, she can stay on the outside and then pepper her up. This fight I'm not confident in, guys, because I believe both women are kind of similar, just that I feel Mazo maybe a little more composed, you know, in her striking, you know, pick her shots a little more better. So I'm going to go with Sabina Mazo for the win here, guys. I'm going to say Sabina Mazo by decision, but I'm not confident at all in this one. You can go either way, so be careful with it, all right? Next fight here. We have Team Elliott versus Matthew Nikolai. This is a tricky one here, guys, and this is one that I can see go either way too, because Elliott is no joke, and Elliott is very experienced. I remember I told you, yeah, the guy is 17-11, like, oh man, he's freaking trash. If he put the work in, come in here, he can beat a guy that's 16-0 because he's experienced. 17-11 means he's freaking experienced. He has lost some and he's win some. See? And if you look at his record, he has lost some and he's win some, but he's losing against Alex Akrovov, Brandon Roval, Figueroa. He lost to Ben Nguyen, he lost to Demetrius Johnson. You know what I'm saying? His losers, Joseph Benavidez, I mean, his losers are not like against Can's John Dodson. He's not losing to anybody, man. You get it? So, I mean, the guy is experienced, man. And he's in like on a 2-fight win streak now, one against Ryan Burnett and Jordan Espinoza. So Elliott here is a very well-rounded guy. His striking is unorthodox, kind of have like a same thing, similar to a karate kind of base, Kyokushin kind of movement there, kind of in and out. Has a footwork, use a footwork to move in and move out for defense and offense. to deliver strikes and move back out. Definitely will look for the submissions though, man. He will look for takedown and he will look for the submission. He's very experienced, but in saying that, he can get submitted too, and that's why majority of his losses, you see, are really by submissions, fight by submission. Okay, so he can get submitted. Okay, his opponent here, Nikolai, right? Nikolai is a very well-rounded guy too, man, and I believe he was in the UFC for a little while, and I think the UFC kicked him out or something. Yeah, after losing to Dustin Ortiz, which I'm not sure why they kicked him out like that, but he was winning. He didn't win the Ultimate Fighter show, but it was an Ultimate Fighter show, and you know, he won 1, 2, 3. He lost to Dustin Ortiz, and UFC got rid of him. I guess they expected more from him, and it was a first round quick knockout. It's like, oh man, this guy, you know, he's not up to the caliber. So they got rid of him, and he came back, and he had a good fight against Manel Cape. Close fight, you know, very, very close fight, but you know, he won the fight by split decision. With Nikolai here is a BJJ black belt, and his striking is not bad, but he can get hurt on the foot. He can get hurt on the foot, man. He can be knocked out 2 times. Okay, this fight here, guys, is one of those fights where with Tim Elliott, he's a dog. Tim Elliott is a dog, man, and he will just come forward. He's a grinder. He's a guy that's just gonna come at you, and he's gonna bring the fight, man. And if you don't want to fight, then that's your ass. He's gonna bring it to you, and he's gonna take you down. He's gonna land the hands on you. He's gonna look to submit you. You know what I'm saying? He's looking to win the fight. He's not gonna play around. So he's not gonna be like just hanging there, being tired, or trying to look for a way out, or trying to look at the clock. He's gonna come to fight. So this is a fight where I see this going either way, guys. And Nikolai BJJ black belt, I can see him taking this fight to the ground. I can see him standing for a little bit and striking, you know, with Elliott here. Let's see here, Elliott has 3 by knockout. His last knockout was, he never had a knockout in UFC. So he's not really much of a knockout artist. He's more of a submission guy. He has 6 by submission, more of a decision dude. So him knocking out Nikolai is possible, but probably unlikely. You know, but like I said, if your chin is not good and you get flash knockdowns, it doesn't take much. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue there. No, if Nikolai never had any knockouts, no, he never lost by knockouts, it'd be different. I mean, he can take a shot, but he's not too durable when it comes to the stand-up part. But, man, I'm a push towards Nikolai here for the win, guys, and I'm not confident. I can see Nikolai getting a submission in this fight, but I ain't confident at all, man. I'm not confident. But I'm going to say Nikolai by submission, guys, in the first round. And I'm not confident for the reasons I told you, that Tim Elliott is a dog. And he will come in here, you know, to take your head off or submit you, and he's going to keep coming. Even when you hit him, he's going to laugh at you and keep pushing forward, man. So be careful with this one. I can see Elliott pulling off a win here. Don't look at the 17-11, sure, and Nikolai 16-2, okay. And Tim Elliott experience, and he can get the win. But I'm gonna go with Nikolai. I'm gonna say Nikolai by first round submission, guys. All right. Next fight, we got Randy Brown versus Gerard Gooden. Randy Brown here, man. Randy Brown fights long, man, and he's a pretty well-rounded guy. He will look for the takedowns and definitely look for the submission, like you saw in his last fight there against Cobo Oliveira. Pulled off, I believe it was a rear naked choke, a one arm one. So he kind of hooked his shoulder there and kind of choked him out, right? His skill set has improved though. Like, his confidence has gotten better. Because that's just the main thing, is just his confidence. You know what I'm saying? He has the skills, he has the tools, man. He got the reach, the height, he got the tools. Just his confidence. And you can see that he's been getting more confident in his fights. Vincent Lecue is not an easy fighter. So, I mean, to lose to him is not a, you know, it's... The guy, if you look at Vincent Lecue, man, this guy is very experienced, fought a lot of guys, man. Tyron Wood, look what he did, Michael Chase, a first round, right? You know what I'm saying? Nico Price, he fought Stephen Thompson, but Stephen Thompson is just at a different level. You know what I'm saying? Mike Perry, you know, he fought a lot of guys. So you just have Vincent Lecue and Randy Brown at 2 different levels. So, I mean, that's fine, you know what I'm saying? And he beat Warrior Alvarez, Brian Barberano, you know what I'm saying? And Nico Price, a lot of the losses here is just kind of freakish with a hammer fist. I'm saying a lot of freakish thing happened to him, but, you know, then he go in and then knocked out Alex Oliveira, not knocked him, but he submitted Alex Oliveira, which is, you know, which is a good win for him. Like I said, Brown, he has the potential and he has the skills, you know what I'm saying? So it's just the mindset, and it's like his mind is coming together, like he's putting it all together, you know what I'm saying? So his opponent here, Gooden, Gooden is not bad, man. I mean, do not sleep on this guy. He's a heavy hitter and he has a ground game. He will look for takedown and he's durable. And he keep coming forward and he's durable. This guy will keep coming at you, man. He can get wild though, and he would just come in there just swinging like wild punches, man, just trying to take your head off. But he's an experienced guy. Guy is very, very, very freaking experienced, man. 2012, I mean, he's been doing this from amateur days. And then look at his professional record, you know what I'm saying? So the guy very experienced here, and in a matter of fact, he's more experienced than Randy Brown. So this is the next one here, man, where this fight, it can go either way too. Even though I'm liking Randy Brown, and Randy Brown has improved, but do not sleep on Gooden though. Do not sleep on Gooden, because it takes one shot. Takes one punch, takes one overhand, and is night. Look at Gooden here, only been knocked out one time, man. And when the last time he got knocked out was by Bruno Oliveira back in 2019. That was a Titan FC. Randy Brown, I think, been knocked out 2 times and been submitted once. Yep. So this is a fight here, man. I mean, I'm liking Randy Brown, and I believe Randy Brown gonna have the 3-inch of height. I believe the reach could be similar. 77 and 78. So Randy gonna have the inch of reach, which is great because Randy can fight long. I mean, like I said, Randy Brown put together, you know, the guy's a good fighter, man. So he stay long. His hands are not bad. His takedowns not bad. His jiu-jitsu is pretty good. So I'm gonna go to Randy Brown here, man. But like I said, be careful of this one, because Gerard Gooden is not a bad fighter. But if Randy Brown come in here and fight like we fight Alex Oliveira, and then, you know what I'm saying, he can compose himself, and he needs to look out for the leg kicks, because Gooden will throw leg kicks, and a lot of times Randy Brown don't check leg kicks, and that seemed to be a thing with him. He kind of sit heavy on the front, so it's either he gonna move his leg or he check it, but he gotta be careful because Gooden throw heavy leg kicks. But I'm gonna go with Brown here, man, and I'm gonna say Randy Brown by a decision, but I'm not confident in it for those reasons I tell you. Gooden is an experienced guy, and like I said, Randy Brown has gotten better, but if you look at his record though, you know, he will be on and then he dropped the ball. He will be on and then he dropped the ball. He'll be on and then he dropped the ball. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be very, very careful with that one. Gooden is more consistent, but then as you know, that's him not fighting in the UFC or fighting UFC caliber guys. And look on his last UFC fighter, back-to-back losses against Joe Ban and Nurmagomedov, right? So back-to-back against Nicolas here. I believe Nicolas was the huge favorite in that fight. Let me check and see. Yep, Nicolas was the favorite in that, and everybody thought that. Even I thought Nicolas would have won too, and Nicolas was 185. Or negative 185, right? So, I mean, it wasn't a big, but, you know what I'm saying, he was a favorite. So, I'm going to go with Brown, but not confident, and be careful with this one. All right? Brown by decision. Main fight in the card here, we got Marina Rodriguez versus Mackenzie Dern. This is a good fight. It's a good matchup, and it's a very technical fight here. And I had a little hard time when, you know, I had a hard time breaking it down, you know. I had to really dig deep, watch a lot of footages, old videos, new videos. All the fights here, I watch consistent videos on every single guy. There are sometimes I watch more than one video. Sometimes I will go back to the earlier fights too, you know. And if you want to say this is more of a grappler versus striker, and then you could be right, you know what I'm saying. I feel it's kind of like that. Let's start with Rodriguez here. Rodriguez is going to have the 2-inch of height and 2-inch of reach, which is massive, right? She is well-rounded, I would say, right? Because she will look for submissions and she will sprawl and some takedowns depending on the opponent she's fighting, right? Her striking base is nasty, man. I believe she's been striking from 12-year-old. And I believe her base is Muay Thai. She's very dangerous elbows, knees. Kind of remind me of Joanna Judge Check. Kind of have that kind of striking, you know. More like Joanna Judge Check. That more Muay Thai kind of base. That kind of like aggressive forward elbows, knees. You know, that kind of gets you in the Thai clinch, throw elbows and knees in the pocket. Nasty, but she can get taken down though and control on the ground, and when she get taken down she spend the entire round on her back, depending on the opponent though, right? Against Amanda Ribas she spent the entire first round on her back, but she can strike though. And then with Amanda Ribas, her striking is not that great and she's kind of hittable. You see, Michelle Watterson is a better striker, but Michelle can't hang on her. She can't hang with this girl on that kind of level. You know what I'm saying? She don't pack the power like that. This girl here, you know what I'm saying? She packed power, man. She had a lot of power on her, right? Carla Sprouse are the same thing. It's a takedowns. It depends on the person that's taking her. It depends on the ground practitioner. Cynthia Calvillo the same thing, but with Cynthia Calvillo she possesses that ground too. If she can get it there, she can grind you out too, because her ground is not bodied up. Cynthia Calvillo's strong point is her ground. Same thing with Tisha Torres. Any girls that don't really possess that ground game, they usually lose against her. Ronda Marcos, grindy wrestler. Grindy, push forward, grind. She will get the fight, even though she's 8-6. Fight went to a draw though, but I'm saying she grind in the fight, and she can get it to a draw. So it seems like with Rodriguez here, depending on the caliber of wrestler or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, it depends on the caliber of the person. If it's a high caliber, most likely the fight will go draw or she'll lose. Her opponent here, Dern, I consider Dern to be a high-level BJJ practitioner. A high-level wrestler, I mean, I see she get the fight to the ground, but what I noticed from Dern though is that in her earlier fights here, if you can see her against Ashley Yonder, Amanda Cooper, even against Amanda Ribas, she was out of shape. Either looked like she was probably not healthy or something was wrong with her, but after the Amanda Ribas fight, she started getting in shape. She started because she take it more seriously. And the Hannah, Cypher, Randa, the Verna fight, Nina Nunes, you can tell that she's a different striker. In all these other earlier fights, her striking was sloppy, and she was more open. And then even her BJJ wasn't that great either. But she took it. She looked at her body. You can tell on the body, man. As I said, that's why I said the weigh-ins and face-offs is very important, because you can see if the person is in shape, right? If the person is coming in there, and like say she's like 115, and you know what I'm saying, and she not, the body look kind of like soft and chunky looking, you know what I'm saying, it is most likely she didn't put no work in. In all these later fights here, look like her body is tight. You can tell it's solid, tight. Like you can tell her shoulders are round off. You can tell, you can see all the cuts, and you know what I'm saying, that she really, because that's how you can tell the person really put the work in. You know what I'm saying, by just how the physique look. And you can see in all these early fights here, she put the work in, and you can see her fighting differently. Even her boxing has gotten better. Is it to the level of Rodriguez striking? No, hell no. She's going to have to take this fight to the ground. Dern is going to have to take the fight to the ground if she's going to win this fight. If she stand up with Rodriguez will knock her out, in my opinion, because she's still open. She's still learning how to strike, but she's still open, right? Dern, I'm going to reach my notes here, guys. Dern, BJJ black belt base. Her striking has improved. And like I said, her skill set has improved. But she'll need to have to take this fight to the ground. She's still hittable, and she's still kind of wild with the punches, looping punches, which leave her open for counters, elbows, and knees, right? I had a hard time picking a winner for this fight, guys, and I was going for Rodriguez at first. But when I go back and watch Rodriguez fights and who she loses to women who are good on the ground. And I feel Dern is damn good on the ground, dude. Dern is good on the ground, man. You see? And her striking has gotten better to a point where she will set up from the outside and throw the punches and can tie up. It's a 5-round fight. The next thing I look at too is a 5-round fight. Dern has never fought a 5-round fight before, at least not from what I've seen. But Rodriguez has, and Rodriguez has gone 5 rounds already. That's the difference in this fight too. So, like I said, Dern, I gotta look at the scale now and see. You know, go on the scales and look and check out the weigh-ins and the face-off. And against Michelle Watterson, you know what I'm saying? She went 5 rounds with that fight and pull off a decision. Can Dern go 5 rounds if needed to? That's the thing. You gotta look on how she looks on the scale. You know what I'm saying? She has never done it though. But that doesn't mean she has to go 5 rounds because she can get a submission, because that's her strength. And her Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is her bread and butter, man. That's her strength, and she's good at it, right? So if she can use her striking, you know, that's, you know, she's been learning and she gotten better with it. Just use that to set up the takedowns. I feel she can get a submission in this fight, because if you look at Rodriguez, it's the same thing, you know. If a woman is a good BJJ practitioner and they can get the fight to the ground, she end up spending a lot of time on her back. So for those reasons why, man, I'm gonna go for Dern for the win here. And I must say Dern by first one submission, guys. It could even be a second round too, either first or second, but I must say first round submission. But again, I'm not confident in this one, because it all depends on how Dern come into the fight. And that's why I say check out my Patreon account for my face-off predictions and my weigh-ins, because I could make changes and I'm going to drop them on my Patreon, right? If I see Dern don't look too healthy and she looks soft in a lot of areas, I'm gonna go with Rodriguez for the win. Because if she looks like that, then she's gonna perform like she performed in the Under Cooper fight. She's gonna perform like she performed in the Ashley Yondo fight and the Amanda Ribas fight. And if she comes in to perform like that, I can see Rodriguez getting a knockout. She has to be, you know, on that level of how she performed with Nina Nunes, them, and like, you know, Ronda Marcos, you know what I'm saying? She have to be on that kind of level, you know what I'm saying? In that kind of shape, right? So I'm gonna go with Dern for the win here, guys. I'm gonna say Dern by first one submission, but not confident. And Rodriguez has a shot in this because she can strike, and she strike heavy. And if she can stop Dern's takedowns, then definitely she can win. And Dern has never been to 5 rounds. So Dern could gas out in this fight. And if she gas out in the 3rd and 4th, she's over. I can see Rodriguez just picking her apart and just pulling off the win. So that's the thing. This is a tough one to pick, man. It's a good fight. It's a good matchup, but it's a tough one to pick. It all depends if Dern can get the submission early. You know what I'm saying? If she can get it early, then she win the fight. But if the fight gonna drag on past the 1st, 2nd, into 3rd, 4th, I mean, things could change, because then if Dern go for takedown and she can't get it no more, then it's gonna be a problem. You can see Rodriguez picking her apart and most likely knocking her out. So I would say Mackenzie Dern by submission, 1st or 2nd, or Rodriguez maybe by a 2nd or 3rd knockout. But I'm gonna go for Dern for the win though. Submission first, but not confident, guys. Okay. Let's check the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. We have Charlie and Garcia here. You got Garcia as a high favorite. I mean, he's my confident pick, and really, I don't disagree, man. To be honest with you, because I feel Charlie don't belong in there. So maybe in a different organization. Like I said, I'm not being mean or disrespectful. I'm just, you know, his skill set, it doesn't match up to these guys. And maybe a different organization, you know, is possible until he build himself up more. Then he could work to a, you know, to a next higher level. But I don't disagree with the odds, because Charlie gets hurt easily, man. A lot of fights fall off here, guys. Rosa and Damian Jackson. They got Damian Jackson as a massive favorite. Wow, I disagree with that. This fight, Damian Jackson and Rosa, is an even fight. I have Rosa winning. This fight is even, guys. I feel Rosa is more well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? So, but I disagree with the odds in here. I'm liking Rosa for the win. This fight should be even. Romanov and Gerard, I disagree with this. After Romanov last performance, he shouldn't be no damn 600, man. This is an even fight. Two big heavyweight guys. Gerard is a freaking zombie. He's gonna come in there and he's gonna throw his hands and he's not gonna give up. He's gonna keep coming at you. He's gonna keep coming at you and he can take a hit and he's durable. And he has a ground game too. Not as good as Romanov ground game, but this fight should be even. I have Romanov winning, but at 600 after his last performance, I wouldn't mess around with that. Gutierrez and Corrales. I have Gutierrez as a favorite, confident pick, 260 something. I don't disagree. I feel like Chris Gutierrez is a better fighter here, man. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, can he get taken down? Maybe, but I can see him sprawling back up, or I can see him scrambling back up and pulling off the win. So I don't disagree with the odds. They had Hayes at 340 something. I don't disagree with that either. I feel Darren Wynn is he needs to move down in weight, man. Even though the fight is cancelled, but he needs to move down in weight. Agapova and Mazo at 176. I disagree. This fight is an even fight because Agapova could pull the win off here too, man. I disagree. Even though I have Mazo winning, but this is an even fight. Matthew Nikolai 200. I disagree. For the reasons I told you, Elliott is a dog. Elliott is a dog, and I feel Elliott is even more hungry because he's been losing, so he's hungry. So this fight is an even fight because Tim Elliott has the skills. He's a skilled guy, he's a well-rounded guy, and he's experienced. And Nikolai, you know, I mean, he just got back in the UFC and went to like a split decision against Mano. I disagree. It's an even fight. I have Nikolai winning, but not at 200, dude. Even. Okay. Gerard, Gooden, and Randy Brown. Wow. Randy Brown is a high favorite too. Randy Brown at 200 and something. I disagree too. I would put Randy Brown as a favorite though, but not at 200. I probably have Randy Brown maybe close to even, but you know, he's a favorite though, maybe like 160, maybe 150. But not at 200 because we see Randy Brown, you know, I say he's a good fighter when he's on. But if he comes in there, you know, it depends on the mindset and the mental. You know what I mean? And Godinez is an experienced guy. So remember that. So be careful with this one, guys. I disagree with the odds in it. Dern and Marina Rodriguez. 170, 165 should I cross. I do have Dern winning, and I would say Dern should be the favorite, but it should be a little bit more lower, kind of almost close to even. So they kind of have it 165, maybe like 140, because Rodriguez is a dangerous striker, and it's a 5-round fight, and Dern has never fought 5 rounds. And if the fight prolongs and is into 3rd and 4th, and she can't get the takedowns no more, she's screwed, because Rodriguez is gonna pick her apart, dude. She's gonna pick her apart, and Rodriguez had a 2-inch of height and 2-inch of reach. She's gonna pick her apart, man. So you guys gotta remember that the fight's a 5-round fight. It's not 3 rounds. You know, 3 rounds, you know, maybe different. So I'll have it close to even. So I disagree with the odds in here, man, because Rodriguez could win. Okay. The fights that I disagree with is the Mackenzie Dern and Rodriguez. Be careful with that one. Gooden and Brown, be careful of that one. Nikolai and Elliott, be careful of that one. Agapova and Mazo, be careful of that one. Romanov and Gerard, be careful of that one. Rosa and Jackson, be careful of that one, man. That odds are messed up on here, man. The odds are messed up. I think that's almost the entire card, dude. Yeah, man, the odds are messed up, man. Oh, I forgot this fight here. Lupita and Gomez. Damn, they have Lupita freaking high as hell, dude. What? Negative 245? Nah, dude. I like Gomez. Man, what am I looking at here? No, I like Gomez for this one. I mean, Lupita is a straightforward, you know, banger. But I feel Gomez is more composed and more technical. Right? And if you look at Lupita, her foot is flat. She's flat-footed. She like to lunge forward, and Gomez is more light in the foot. I disagree with the odds in here, man. This is in a fight like this, I would have it even. because I could see it going either way, to be honest, but not Lupita at a friggin' negative 245. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. I feel Gomez is the better fighter here, in my opinion. So I disagree with the odds and totally disagree. So nearly the entire card I disagree with. I disagree with the odds. The odds are too high on the guys, and man, there's a lot of close fights here that they're making the guys a more of a higher odd when they shouldn't. You know what I mean? So the only fight I agree with is the Steve Garcia fight, the Chris Gutierrez, which is my confidence. Those two fights are my confidence. And yeah, and that's the only fights that I'm confident. That's the only fights that I see the odds are, the odds are right. The other fights, them are just totally, the guys are too high, man. Hold on there, guys. Actually, hold on there. Yeah, I have Garcia as a confident, and I have Gutierrez as a confident. So those are the only two confident plays I have. The rest of the fights, then, man, the odds on them is too high. The odds are too high. Even though I have the guys winning, I have Nikolai winning, I have Brown winning, I have Dern winning, but the odds are too high in them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I could see Marina Rodriguez winning. I could see that happening. Can I see Gooden winning? It's most likely Brown will win. But there's maybe a chance. But I would say Rodriguez, I could see her winning more because it's a 5-round fight. I can see Agapova winning. I can actually see Gerard winning, to be honest with you. Let me see here. And the Jackson and Rosa, I can see Jackson winning, but also can see Rosa winning, which Rosa I have, which is an underdog. And definitely I can see Gomez winning. So the majority of the card I can see going the other way. All right, guys. So be careful with this card, guys. By looking at the odds here, man, and just the card itself is a freaking tricky card, and you see guys falling off like that. Whenever you see guys are falling off like that, you're down to 9 fights. Be freaking careful. So that's it, guys. Check out my Patreon account because I will change up the plays. Have my face-off picks. Some combination could be in there, and some prop bets also. So that's it, guys. Sign up to my Patreon account. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to this channel. One love out to everybody. I'm going to hit you up with the content series in a couple of days. Also, Bellator 268 and next UFC fight night. As you guys keep on kicking. One love out to everybody. And